Hello everyone, this is Anas and you are watching Anas classes. So today we are having a very special video with Gaurav Pandey. He is a UGC NET qualified student and right now he is working with the Ministry of Skill Development. As you have seen Gaurav Pandey in our previous video that he had shared his experience of UGC NET examination and he has also recommended some tips how to qualify UGC NET. If you have still not seen that video, so the link is in description box, so do watch that. So I would like to invite Gaurav Pandey here on a very important discussion regarding the elections, regarding different issue and regarding on the different subject and the different issue of the elections, what a citizen and what a student think on the different issue. Today we will know everything about that, so please do watch the video till the end. So Gaurav, please come. Hello.
Hello Anas.
How are you?
I am fine. I am very good. Thank you for inviting me again.
It's a pleasure, Gaurav, because in the previous video you have recommended so many tips regarding the UGC NET examination. People have very appreciated your thoughts, your views, and that video was very in a good rank, and you are also a very good speaker. Even during the college times when our professors used to say that whenever you find any kind of difficulty and if any concept which seems difficult to you, so you can consult with our friends and you can ask to your friends. So during that time whenever I was in difficulty regarding any topic, so only the one name which comes in my mind that was you, because you are really having very good command over the concept, over the issues. Gaurav, you are really a knowledgeable person. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure of mine for having a friend like you.
Thank you so much, Anas. It is also same here.
So right now again this is going to be a third video with you, and in our previous video people have commented very good comments in the comment section. So thanks for coming once again. So I would like to ask a few questions to you regarding the election and the election process, because right now there is an environment of the elections, and so firstly I would like to know a very important question. So as Election Commission of India has recently announced and declared the dates of election in the 5 states, so UP is number 1 because in the February there will be voting in the UP Legislative Assembly election. I would like to know that why does UP Legislative Assembly elections and the UP Legislative Assembly holds a wider impact over the national politics. The results of UP Legislative Assembly elections impacts the entire politics, the national politics of India. So I would like to know from you that what is the importance of the UP Legislative Assembly in Indian politics.
So Anas, obviously the elections of Uttar Pradesh are very important. The reason is you see the state of Uttar Pradesh has population which is almost equal to the population of a number of countries combined of Europe. The state of Uttar Pradesh individually has population which is more than USA. So having this much population makes the state itself very important. Uttar Pradesh being the largest state on the basis of population, it has its borders with a number of states that includes Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi. This ultimately makes the state very important. Also, you need to understand that it has 404 Vidhan Sabha seats. The impact of these many Vidhan Sabha seats is very important. So it is a very popular saying Anas in Indian politics that Delhi ka rasta UP se hoke jata hai. The way towards Delhi goes via Uttar Pradesh. So obviously this is a very true saying. So this makes Uttar Pradesh elections very important. At the same time, we need to remember that there are 4 other states which are going to have election in the same duration, and all the results are going to be declared on 10th of March. So definitely the political festival is on in 2022 in India.
Yes, of course. Actually, what I have seen in the Indian political history that UP is also very important, not only in terms of legislative assembly elections, also the central government also focuses to get more Lok Sabha seats from Uttar Pradesh, because as you have said that there is highest population in the Uttar Pradesh, so not only in the legislative assembly election, it also has very importance for the Lok Sabha also.
Yes, Anas, definitely it is very true, because Uttar Pradesh has highest number of seats of Lok Sabha, and anyone who wants to become powerful in the central government has to have maximum number of seats from Uttar Pradesh.
Okay Gaurav, my second question to you is that don't you think so that people are understanding very widely the difference between Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha elections, and they are understanding the difference between the different subjects, like as far as the foreign policy, railway, and the more important issues are under the central government, but as far as the transportation, law and order, and education is concerned, it comes under the state. So what I assume that people are understanding very widely the difference between Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha elections. For example, I would like to remind that in the Delhi, when the Aam Aadmi Party came into existence and contested elections, it has won 67 seats out of 70 seats in Delhi Legislative Assembly election. But few months ago, as we had seen, when the Lok Sabha elections were contested, so all of 7 Lok Sabha seats were won by the Bharatiya Janata Party. So the same people, same citizens, same voters, same state, but there is a great difference between the voting, that all of 7 seats were won by the Bharatiya Janata Party and 67 seats, Aam Aadmi Party got 67 seats in the Legislative Assembly elections. And after few months ago, when the MCD elections were conducted, so the Bharatiya Janata Party was having government in all of 3 MCDs. What I assume that the voters are today very aware and they are understanding the issues on which they are voting. So what do you think on that?
Definitely, Anas, it is very true, because as we have seen that there are people, even if the elections are held simultaneously, the people cast 2 different votes for their state election and for their national elections, because the people know the faces of chief minister or prime minister. Right. So during the elections of the central government, people voted for Narendra Modi being the Prime Minister of India. At the same time, during the elections of Delhi, they wanted Arvind Kejriwal to become the Chief Minister of Delhi, and that is why they voted differently. So basically, as we have also seen that one nation, one election was proposed, I do support the idea, because people are well aware that they know which issues are being handled by which people. They know that central government is going to do a few things. They know that the state government is going to do a few things. So people are aware of these things, and that is why they choose wisely their vote. And they know that they can have different governments, and they want to have benefits from both of those. Right. As if you talk about Delhi, so if the BJP government could have come in Delhi, the people in Delhi could not have got free electricity or probably free water. But they also knew that if other party could have come in the central government, it could not have been as powerful as the NDA government is currently. Right. So they wanted the strongest prime minister they could have, and they wanted the strongest chief minister they could have, and that is why, like in last elections of Delhi, the assembly, Aam Aadmi Party got 63 seats out of anti-incumbency votes as well. At the same time, Narendra Modi in 2019 got more seats than he got in 2014. So this shows that yes, people are well aware of the issues and they choose their people wisely.
The same thing happened 2 times in Delhi, which I have said when I asked this question. So people want to see different people for different subject, like this person is suitable for this work and that person is suitable for that work.
Very true, very true, Manas, very true.
Okay, Gaurav, my next question to you: when the people vote, they are having some issue in their mind that on which they are going to vote, on which they will cast vote. So what are the issues should be supreme for the people when they vote, on which issue they should vote, and what are issues for the parties and what are issues for the public? As we have seen, their parties are having different issue in their manifesto and people are having different problems. So sometimes both issues are similar, but sometimes both issues are very different. So on which issue people should vote? My direct question to you.
Definitely, Anas, it is very true. What happens that people have different issues when they go to vote. It is caste, it is religion, it is water, it is pollution, it can be employment, and it can be anything, right? The assembly elections specifically have very local issues as well. The local issues can be of cleanliness, the local issues can be of roads, the local issues can also be of security, law and order. So what should be the basis of voting? That cannot be dictated, but we need to understand that the parties have their own issues, right? And people have their own issues. The issues of parties are different, the issues of people are different, and the amalgamation of these two issues is a very tough task, right? What people should be voting for is must be aligned with the Constitution of India. They should not be voting for their caste, but they should be casting their vote for the development of the society, for the bigger purpose, for the greater purpose. That should not be aligned, or that should not be in line with their caste or with their religion, but that should be for the greater good of the whole society. The issues currently, what I think, must be really based on the environment as well, because as we have seen the pollution, rise of pollution in India, we have seen most of the districts of our state are polluted. So this has to be one of the issues, and until we have environment as a issue of political nature, we cannot solve this problem.
Of course, not only at the national level. So I think this issue must be taken seriously at the international level.
For sure, at the international level, it is very important, because the environment as it in itself is not an isolated issue, right? The pollution of air in India is equally going to create problem for a country which is located in the northern part of America or in the southern part of Australia as well, right? So if it has this much impact, obviously the people of the countries across the world should come on board and should have a solution for the problems. But until what I have actually meant to say is that until the people or the citizens of India do not recognize environment as their issue, and they do not make environment a political issue, right, till then we cannot solve the problem, because ultimately the politicians want power, and if environment becomes a route to for them to get their power, they are going to be very serious about environment as well.
Of course, I am totally agree with you, Gaurav. Okay, Gaurav, my next question to you is that India is the world's largest democracy, and the constitution framers has given us world's largest constitution, which is of course right now also existing. So what makes India world's largest democracy? What are the features of democracy which India is right now assuming? So why India is called world's largest democracy, and to what extent we are actually democratic? Our institutions are actually democratic.
Definitely, we have the largest democracy in the world. We have the largest constitution in the world. The largest democracy is because we have the largest number of people who are voting, right? The largest constitution is by volume. At the same time, by the task which the constitution has is also very large. Looking into the democratic structure of the nation and understanding how the democracy can be expanded, can be penetrated, and how the democratic institutions need to be democratically strengthened depends on the structure of the powerful people, right? If the person who is sitting on the top of the structure is having a democratic mindset, he recognizes that he has been selected or he has been put on that position to work for the people, and the people who are coming for their work or the people who are in need, it is the responsibility of the person to work, right? So this enhances the democracy and this enhances the democratic structure. So basically what I wanted to say is that okay, we are the largest democracy of the world, but we are not the best democracies of the world. To become the best democracies, we need to understand that the people of all caste, class, categories have a right over the democratic structure and democracy. And the people who are at the higher position or who are in the position that they can make change, they have to understand that it is their responsibility to work for the people.
Of course, it must be responsibility of these people to provide social justice, to provide social equality and the rights which are given by the constitution, but what actually they are getting their rights or not. So people must aware about it. I am totally agree with you, Gaurav. Okay, Gaurav, the strength and the energy when the people go to vote, so that makes India more democratic. But what I think that people go to vote to the candidate with a hope that the candidate will bring the change in the society and he or she will fulfill their demands. But don't you think that people, whether they are MLAs, they are MPs and they are MLCs and they are MPs of Rajya Sabha, should be more responsible towards the people, should be more accountable towards the people. Don't you think so that there is somehow absence of accountability and responsibility in the Indian politics?
Definitely, Anas. I do not agree to you fully of our leaders being not accountable towards the people, right? But what we should know and what we should be actually trying to do is that making the accountability more transparent, right? What we should actually concentrate on is that making transparency our key feature, right? The accountability is talking about the results, and transparency is about the procedure. Okay, so it is basically about how we have reached to that result. So if we have transparency, accountability will come automatically to us, and of course the people or the people who are going to be elected or the leaders need to be very responsible, because they have all the public money, they are representative of lakhs of people, and they should represent them truly. Right. So in this manner we can become a true democratic society, because those people who are in administration, who are permanent servants of the government, but the government is something different which is constantly changing, right? And this whole democracy is all about accountability, transparency. So the system has to be carried by the citizens and not by the leaders in a way so that the leaders are bound to become transparent, and these citizens should also try to come out and become good politicians instead of always criticizing the politics to be bad or the criticizing politicians. They should come out and they should start becoming leaders.
And also voters should be more aware that to which party we are actually going to vote.
You cannot be apolitical in a political state. You have to be political because some power is playing upon you. If you become apolitical, if you are not aware of the politics, the politicians and the politics is going to use you.
So thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you once again for coming.
Thank you very much, Nes, for calling me occasionally to your channel, and I hope the viewers of your channel are going to be benefited from these things.
Okay viewers, this was Gaurav Pandey, who has given very enlightening interview. So like the video and share with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more videos.
Do subscribe for the channel.